Hey, got a question, YouTube. Do you know how to dice an onion? May seem like a trick question, but let's show you how to do that. This is just a way of doing it. This is not the best way. This is not the only way. So if you are proficient with this task, hey man, good job. Happy for you. All right, but this is for people who may be curious. All right, I've been wanting to make this video for 5 years plus. So this is a way to small dice, large dice, medium dice, onion. I might even show you how to julienne one. Remind me, all right, boo-boo? All right, so the first thing I want you to think about is the knife that you want to use for the occasion, right? So right here, I have a few different knives. I have a cleaver twice, 3 times, right? 3 cleavers. I have a slicing knife, carbon steel. This is a slicing knife also. And I have a paring knife right there. And I have a chef knife. Don't worry about them cupcakes, all right? They're not gonna hurt nobody. But this is what I always want you to do when you're about to break down a vegetable or work with meat of any type. Watch this. You see how you can splish splash? Now I'm gonna show you a little trick. Wet paper towel, wet rag, wet whatever, wet wipe, there you go. It ain't going nowhere, all right? So we're gonna actually start the process. All right, check it, make sure we're good. So I'm gonna show you a little hack, because hacks are, something that people like, but I think hacks are just common sense. But it's nice to know different hacks. So I'm gonna opt out of not using the chef knife, but since most of you might have a chef knife, I'll use that one. Now I'm gonna use my cleaver. This is my most favorite knife, by the way. I've had it for over 20 years and I baby it. It's a beautiful cleaver. It's just like an extension of the hand. But anyway, so the first thing we wanna do, just put a grocery store bag. I'm sorry if you live in New Jersey. I know y'all don't have these, but you put your onion in a bag and you cut off the working end, then you cut off the back end with the fuzz, all right? Now, some people leave a little bit on, that's fine, all right? You roll it around, you can use your finger or a knife, it don't have to be perfect, and you peel the layers, right? But something to keep in mind when you do this is you just want to get it smooth, all right? Now, some of you French guys out there who do this, y'all have a lot to say, and that's good. But we're not in France, all right? And they waste a lot of vegetables, all right? So you see how it's all smooth? You see that little end? Don't worry about that. But we're just gonna sit that right here. And now I'll take the chef's knife, and on this one, cut that off. Cut that off. All right. Now see, this onion is bad, but I'm not eating these onions. I'm just showing you a way to do it. You could peel it like that, or if you're really careful, you could cut through, right? And just use your finger and just peel that off, all right? Once it's nice and smooth, and the reason you want it smooth, because you don't want to have any ends where you cut yourself. Now, all of those onions are not in the food. You can throw that in the trash, all right? So since this one is ugly and bad, we'll do that. We'll use this one later, all right? All right, but for now, so the first thing we want to do, you might see my honing steel right here. I've already worked my knife blade, it's sharp. So I'm gonna sit the onion flat and I'm gonna just cut in half, all right? That's half. Sit that on the side. Now I'm gonna take the end, the top end, this the bottom end, and I'm gonna sit it down on the board. And the first thing I wanna do, depending on how thick I want it, I wanna make some cuts into the onion in a slicing manner. So I'm gonna start with the back of my knife and just come forward. And since this is a small onion, I'm gonna do a small dice and that's good enough. Then I'm gonna turn the onion and I'm just gonna put some slices in it long ways. Now don't worry about how fast I do it or how slow I do it. You just keep it safe, watch your fingers, no peeking. See how that came off? That ain't no problem. You can just leave it right back. Now I'm gonna grab the onion, and this is the dice. This is the part where the dice. So now those onions are diced. Now in the French kitchen, we'll put that in for to make some stock, right? But since, like I said, we're not French, well, I might be a little French. I don't know. I might even identify as French. But that's how you small dice an onion, all right? So now you do that you can do that with a cleaver as well. I'm gonna just push this on the side. Now I'm gonna show you how to julienne an onion. Now when you julienne, this the top end, this the bottom end. I have a little bit more root on there, but I don't want that root on there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna julienne, I'm gonna cut that off, put that in our stock pot, if we French. And now I'm gonna take the onion, and so the key to julienne, you wanna cut it thin, so you wanna do like the sun does and go over the onion, right? So we're gonna try to do this julienne. Now when I get about here, I'm gonna push that to the side, and then I'm gonna flip the onion down, and I'm gonna just come. Now that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, I could get a job at Subway cutting onions like that. And then just to show you, you know, you see, you gotta save something for the rats to eat, you know. That's julienne. It ain't perfect. I probably couldn't work for a French chef, but you know, that'll work. So that's how you dice an onion, small. That's how you julienne an onion. You saw me dice it with the chef's knife. You saw me julienne with a meat cleaver. Now just hang on a second. I'm gonna discard this. All right, say you don't have a chef knife or a meat cleaver. All right, so we're gonna take that ugly onion, and this is my second favorite knife. This little paring knife, I've had it for probably 30 plus years. So I'm gonna cut it in half, right? Ooh, that's ugly. But they'll eat that somewhere around the world. Clean that out. All right, now what we wanna do this is gonna be a little rough because I don't have anything in there, but. So like say we julienne. So you wanna just cut thin strips. Cut thin strips. And that's how you would julienne with this little paring knife. Some of them are a little fat, some of them are a little skinny, but that's fine. That'll work. That's how you julienne. Not to small dice it, it's the same thing. But see, my knife is small, so I'm gonna come all the way to the edge of my board. Like that. I might have cut through on that. 2 cuts, that's good enough. Now, this is probably not the best method. This is probably the best method. I'm just used to doing it like this. So I'll hold it there, but I'll switch the grip up. Cut my lines down. All right, turn it to the side, and now I'm gonna dice. And when you get to this point, you can save that, put it in stock. But like I said, we're not French. I might be a little French, but what you want to do there, you could turn this to the side. Wait up, I'm not even talking in my French accent, huh? And I'm not gonna. And you could just dice this up a little small, you know, and do that. But that's how you small dice an onion with a paring knife. That's how you julienne an onion with a paring knife. Any questions, comments, concerns, use the comment section. And try to use some of the tips. Try to use some of the tips, like the wet rag. Use your honing steel to sharpen your knife because it makes short work of cutting vegetables, poultry, meat, whatever, seafood. And that'll be a wrap.